When a person falls from a great height, survival is not the expected outcome. Yet, for one woman, a fall from a cliff was just the beginning of a harrowing ordeal that would test the very limits of human endurance. This is a story of resilience, of a battle against the odds, and of the unyielding will to live. The world was a blur of sky and rock, a dizzying spiral into darkness. She plummeted, her body hitting the jagged edges of the cliff face. Before a final brutal impact, the fall should have been fatal. When she awoke, pain was her first sensation. A searing fire in her leg, and a dull, throbbing ache that consumed her entire body. Above, the cliff edge was a distant, unreachable line against the sky. Below, she was trapped in a deep, unforgiving ravine, alone and critically injured. The initial shock gave way to a cold, creeping fear. The silence of the wilderness was absolute, broken only by the sound of her own ragged breathing and the distant whisper of the wind. The sheer impossibility of her situation was a weight as heavy as the rocks that surrounded her. As the first day bled into a chilling night, the stark reality of her plight set in. Survival became a series of small, agonizing battles. Her leg was broken, a gruesome angle that sent waves of nausea through her every time she moved. Thirst was a constant torment, a dry, rasping fire in her throat. She dragged herself across the rocky ground, her hands raw and bleeding, in search of water, eventually finding a small, murky trickle seeping from a rock face. It tasted of earth and decay, but it was life. Food was an even greater challenge. Berries she couldn't identify, insects she forced herself to swallow. These were the meager rations that kept her alive. Days blurred into a monotonous cycle of pain, hunger, and a despair that gnawed at her soul. The nights were the worst, filled with the unseen noises of the wild and the crushing weight of loneliness. She was a ghost in a forgotten world, her hope dwindling with each setting sun. After what felt like an eternity, her body began to fail. Dehydration and starvation had taken their toll, and her injured leg was a source of constant, excruciating pain. Consciousness became a fleeting thing, a fragile thread she struggled to hold on to. She lay on the cold ground, her energy depleted, the will to fight slowly ebbing away. As her eyes fluttered, ready to close for the last time, she saw it. Far in the distance, through a gap in the trees, a tiny intermittent flicker of light. It was barely there, a pinprick in the vast darkness. But to her, it was a supernova. It was a sign that she was not entirely alone in the universe, that the world of people, of warmth, of safety still existed. It was a spark of hope in the overwhelming darkness, a final call to fight. That tiny light became her singular focus, the anchor for her fading consciousness. With a surge of adrenaline born from pure desperation, she began to move. It was no longer a crawl, but a painful, agonizing drag. She pulled her broken body over sharp rocks and through thorny undergrowth, her eyes fixed on the distant light, her every movement a testament to her will to survive. Hours stretched into an eternity. The light grew stronger, closer, resolving into the rhythmic flash of a vehicle's hazard lights on a remote, unpaved road. With the last ounce of her strength, she hauled herself onto the dirt track, into the path of the approaching headlights. The screech of tires was the most beautiful sound she had ever heard. A door opened, a voice called out in alarm, and then, finally, the darkness that had haunted her for so long was replaced by the blinding light of rescue. This remarkable account of survival is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit when faced with the ultimate test. It's a story that goes beyond mere physical endurance, highlighting the profound power of hope to illuminate our darkest moments. The will to live, even when all seems lost, is a force capable of conquering the most insurmountable obstacles.